So I'm just gonna, I need a T, give me a T, give me a T. And they go and pick up the AZT because they're so stupid. And they put the AZT in their genome, and now we got them. Because that's the wrong thing, man. You think you're picking up a brick, and it's a sponge painted like a brick. So now you're gonna put all those bricks, and you got nothing. AZT, a very, very infamous, because HIV, right? It's a fake nucleotide. And when you're a cancer cell, guys, and you're a virus, and the only thing you really ever want to do is reproduce crazy fast, absurd fast, like Autobahn fast, but like irresponsible jerk on the Autobahn, 300 miles an hour in the Porsche, okay? Just never stopping, ever, just, that's cancer and viruses, okay, never. When they're moving that fast, they can't set down and, individuate between, oh, that's an AZT and that's a T. We take advantage of them in that way. That's why it works, okay? If you're kind of slow, you're going to slow down and go, hey, that's an AZT. But cancer and viruses are irresponsibly fast. We can take advantage of that by tricking them. You're disrupting DNA replication and RNA replication because you are not using nucleotides. They're fake. So you're dead. Okay. Good, guys. So you can skip this, please. Don't need to do that. Action of frame shift mutagen, no biggie. Frequency. Frequency means how often, right? And when we talk about mutations, they are rare, right? The normal mutation that comes around, first of all, doesn't, it's not a good thing, right? They're most oftentimes, guys, bad. That's that word we talked about last night, deleterious, right? But let's understand something here that I, again, neglected to tell you, is that mutation is natural. Mutation is normal. Like I said, we've got white people around here. That's evidence of mutation. Okay, everybody was brown, and then we went north. And guys, does anybody know why you don't want to be brown in Sweden? Why would you be white in Sweden, in Germany? If you look at the map of white people in Europe, the more north you go, right, the less brown there is. Why? It has to do with the sun, guys. Okay, the story is when you're at the equator and you basically have, the sun 15 feet away from your face, you need to be brown to protect yourself from that. Okay, if you're white, you're gonna be dead, just crisp, done. Okay, but when we have all that radiation, let's not sleep on the sun here for a minute in the skin. We need the sun to hit our skin. You guys do know that. That there are vitamins that are photoactivated in our skin, and if we're not out there playing, right, the kids aren't outside and getting their skin irradiated, truly, I mean that, you need a little bit, then you don't make vitamin D. Okay? That's it. We're supposed to be outside. God, how much evidence do we need the kids need to go out and play? That the sun makes vitamin D. Ugh. You gotta have it, guys. So, guys, what happens to the sun when you go north on top of the circle, on top of the globe? What happens to the sun? Is it the same intensity as the equator? Right, lower intensity, right? Crappier light. The further you go up the globe, the angle gets really, really bad. So you virtually, right, in Alaska and Russia and all that, way up north, Sweden, you get no good light. But you need the light for your skin, right? That's why you lose the brown. I can't afford to block anything. I need every little opportunity to get my skin stimulated that I possibly can, so I'm dumping the brown. I'm not getting seriously, I'm not getting skin, I should kind of look at that too. What's the natural background skin cancer rate? I bet it's not very high up in Sweden and Norway and all that stuff. Because the sun sucks up there. It can't, you're out there in the sun, it's so bad, I just bet that you brown faster here than as you're white, right? You get tan, or some people just don't. But if you have a little bit of metal in the background, you can get darker. I bet you darken up faster here, guys, than you do up in Sweden because of the quality of light. So to remind you again, the UV and some other things that come out of the sun, we need that stuff. So if we're brown up north, we're blocking out the potential to be stimulated by the crappy light that we have to work with. You know what I mean? So I gotta eliminate any blockage to encourage any good stuff that's possible. Everything's gotta hit me because 1 out of 50 beams is worth something, right? Whereas in equatorial Africa, every beam is worth something, right? 1 beam is enough to last you for a month, Okay? That's the deal with why when we move north, we lost the melanin concentration in our skin. It's because if we stayed dark, guys, in Sweden, we would die. Bottom line. All right. So I'm telling you that because we normally mutate. It's a natural thing. Our cells, right? We have white folks, we have blonde hair, we have brown hair, we have red hair and blue eyes and hazel and brown and all kinds of variation. It's because, I didn't say this, the DNA polymerase, is going right over there, let me tell you. Just say it. DNA polymerase, it makes mistakes. It is fallible, guys. It's supposed to lay down, I'll give you an example over here. The volatile organic compound, I'm going to erase that, and show you how mutation happens. Okay, so let's make some blonde hair. Let's make some blue eyes, right? We're brown, and we're going to make blue. We're brown because that's the original. And so when you mutate the original, you get something different. Blue is a mutant. All right. So let's do an eye, imaginary eye color gene, right? It'll be small. Okay. This is just the one strand that we're going to transcribe. You guys know what's up here, right? The opposite base pair. So here's the DNA, and this makes brown eyes. Cell goes and reads this. They know they make melanin. Ship it to the eyeball. We got brown eyes. Okay. So DNA polymerase will say, hey, that's the gene. Going to make it. Going to make some copies of some DNA today. So AT, TG, CG, GC, CG, TA. Woo, done. Great. Proud of myself. Like, dum-dum. No. You know what I mean? What did you do there? I put the G on the T. What's the problem? I got the T and the G. That's wrong. You always put the T in the G, right? Step back, go fix it. All right. DNA polymerase guys can repair their own stuff. They have this, what we call, not on the exam, I'm just talking to you, they have what's called a proofreading mechanism. They can go, oh yeah, but this guy's so dumb, his manager has to tell him to do it, right? So he goes back and says, oh yeah, cool, I'll fix it. Yep, I'll fix it, boss. Okay? This is exactly, guys, how we mutate, right? He fixed it all right. He took the G, guys, and kept it there by taking the original way and making it a C. That's blonde hair. That's blonde hair. Hey, it's sickle cell anemia, isn't it? One letter change, that's all you need. Blonde hair seems a little easier to get across, guys, than a screwed up hemoglobin that makes sickled cells. I'm just saying, it ain't hard to become blonde. Okay? This is how mutations happen. DNA polymerase fixed the wrong thing. Now you're stuck with it. And as long as it doesn't kill you, as long as it just makes blonde hair and we're in Sweden anyway, hey, this is actually an advantage. Anybody that has this, they're going to survive better. So all the brown guys in Sweden and these folks live. That's how evolution works, guys. Okay? It's like randomly, this dude popped out of nowhere, and then it was extremely non-random when we kept picking that one over and over and over. That's the healthy one. That's not random. That's why, people that say evolution is bullshit because it's a random process. No, it's not. It's the opposite. Mutation's random. It ain't random when everybody picks the girl with the blonde hair and the blue eyes. That ain't random. We're picking her every time on purpose, right? That's directional, guys. That's natural selection. When we make, poodles and chihuahuas, what do? We make sure we find every little dog. The big chihuahua, never made it to the, with the mamas and the, all the females. The big chihuahua, never see him, right? Kind of ran him off the pasture. He was a weirdo. What do you mean weirdo? Normal sized dog. Yeah, but we're trying to make these little weird rats. Okay? All right. This slide reminded me because look what it says, guys. It says mutagens like UV. Damn, we're cold again. Please, with the coats and the. Yeah, it's not Arctic bad like 203.
Why you bring up stuff?
Does this help?
Thank you. It's cold. Gracias.
All right. Nature, is that nature or nurture the environment? Sound okay.
We use nature because I'm supposed to be about.
Right. It's cold out here. It's cold out here in nature. What that last blurb guy says, it's extremely important. We mutate anyway. Dum-dum DNA polymerase makes blonde hair on accident anyway. But when you're out there UVing yourself, or you're, smoking like Dennis Leary, right? Pack after pack after pack, his stand-up routine, right? Then you increase your mutation rate sometimes 1,000-fold. Like increase the chance of getting cancer, for example, by 1,000 by adding chemicals or again, radiation to your skin. And guys, just real quick, get some freaking SPF for the young kids, right? We're all kind of old and scaly now, right? We're kind of rough. You guys got to buy all the lube and stuff to keep you guys, acting smooth. Babies and young folks are smooth, naturally, for real. They don't have this kind of keratin, keratin that's in our skin that makes it kind of rough. They don't have that. So the UV just goes, boop, right to the DNA, does not pass go. Very soft, supple, white skin has to be freaking protected. Okay? Those that have brains like you guys can keep that always on your brain. Okay? Poor people, guys, have poor ways. So do uneducated people. All right? Uneducated people have poor ways. Right? They don't know any better. Like, oh, it's no big deal. There's a little sun ain't going to hurt anybody. Right? Well, yeah, it kind of is. 1,000 times worse, by the way. So it's just the idea, guys. The mutations happen naturally. But when we add mutagens, boom, the rate goes through the roof. Okay, it's almost 8, guys. Let's take a break. Skippity skip.